Well, what are you playing at, Tesco's? Let's begin. The article says that a new rule change at petrol stations left many Brits seriously confused when filling up their cars. One man who recently used a Tesco pump was gobsmacked after being charged a whopping £120 despite only filling up £15 worth. Another motorist noticed that the same amount had appeared on her bank account, which left her fuming. All the UK petrol stations are to be impacted by this, which sees card companies place a temporary hold on bank accounts. The charges are being rolled out across the country, reports Manchester Evening News. According to readers, though, they've noticed the charge at Tesco's fuel stations. But although the £120 comes out of the account, drivers aren't actually being charged. What happens is their banks put a temporary reserve on the amount from your available balance when you fill up. Banks, card networks and petrol stations who have worked together on the new rule say that part of the reason for doing this is to wait for help customers keep track of their finances. I mean, are they nuts? Previously, the exact amount was spent on fuel would show up against their account balance 1 or 2 days later, apparently making it hard to keep track of their daily spend. Now, someone please correct me if I'm wrong, but how is taking £120 out of someone's bank account, temporarily of course, helping them out? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And yes, okay, I know it's only a temporary hold until they charge the correct amount, but we've heard stories in the past, haven't we? They could actually be days before the proper amount is actually deducted. So to me, that doesn't strike me as helping anyone out at all, other than the petrol stations and, of course, maybe Tesco and the bank companies and whoever else. And of course, I don't know about you, but to be honest, I'm guessing it doesn't cost the majority of motorists £120 to fill up your tank of fuel. Unless, of course, you're filling up something like an Audi, who, let's face it, are kind enough to all let us drive on their roads. Or so they seem to think anyway. If they want to put a temporary hold on it, surely that should be about at least half that amount. And yes, obviously I know this is to stop people from doing a bilking and running away with all the petrol without paying. But I don't think they should be punishing the majority for the few minorities who do this, especially by charging such a high price. Because let's face it, quite a lot of people who go to petrol stations don't tend to fill up the majority of the time, do they? Because in this day and age, it's kind of hard to afford 50 or 60 quid in one go. So therefore probably only top up about a half or quarter of their tank in a lot of cases, I'm guessing. But obviously, as things sometimes tend to not work out as planned, which I don't know about you, often seems to be in the whatever company's favour rather than the customers itself, then people may start to fill up all in one go if they see that £120 has been taken out or not going to be returned or whatever for a few days. If that indeed does happen to them, or I don't know about you, but it does make me wonder if this is probably another push to make us all go the EV route. Or am I being cynical? Either way, I think they need to go back to the drawing board a bit with this. The process is designed to protect customers by ensuring that they can't fill up with more fuel than they can pay for. Used reserved funds will never leave your account but will temporarily come off your available balance. They should revert back within minutes if, I like that, should and if the system works correctly. But some drivers have reported having to wait several days. Well, there's a surprise, eh? The system strangely only impacts pay at pump transactions, so if you pay at the desk, you'll be charged normally. Although surely there'd still be the same risk, or actually maybe even less of a risk, of them doing the runner, because obviously if you put your card in to pay as you pump, they got your card details before you even fill up with fuel. A Tesco spokesperson said, "We're really sorry to hear about this. The funds that are reserved while a customer fuels at pay as you pump should immediately be released back to the customer's account. And if not, I demand 100 million club card points in compensation." But if you think that's bad, then wait until you see what the new rule is in this video, because that's bound to cause a lot of havoc for motorists everywhere. Anyway, subscribe for more and I'll see you in the next one.